I'm Alex. I've been with Apex for about 4 months now. So when I first started prep with Apex, I remember the first session that Mike and I did together where we just took the basic assessment, and I was really worried that the key takeaway that I would have would be like I would never get a good score on the GMAT, or the best score with my potential was like a 600 or something. But what became apparent to me very early on in the sessions afterwards was the learning curve that I could move up with, and that by implementing the skills that I was learning in these sessions, I really could get to the score that I wanted to get. The thing I learned most from work with Apex is how to think about the problems, and that applies not only to the quantitative ones but also the verbal ones. Once you start engaging in self-prep and learning how to think about it through the sessions, you start to understand that these problems, while the content may be different, fundamentally they're actually quite similar. And once you grasp that, you're able to bring a whole other set of vigor to the solutions that you find. The most valuable skill that I've learned, that's tough because there are a few. If I had to pick only one, I think it would be the ability to find the underlying question that's being asked that has nothing to do with the actual content of the problem. To really understand the underlying mechanics that are being tested for, that's what the question really is, then having an ability to see beyond the superficial material and the problem itself. When I was trying to prepare with just the regular books, you can't break through the material in that same way that you can with somebody asking you pivot questions or probing you to reframe your approach to these solutions. And I joke with them during our sessions that whenever I'm doing my self-prep or taking practice exams, I've got a little Mike and a little Elias on my shoulder asking me those pivot questions to help me get to the proper solution path and the proper answer. And having gone through some of my own self-prep without having that guidance that Apex provides, and exposure to those different ways of thinking about the problems that you can not only apply to your GMAT prep, but also to anything else that you may be doing that requires creative problem solving, it's been clear to me that the value is certainly there. GMAT is not only testing you on the material, but testing you on yourself and your own ability to push yourself to think about these problems in different ways and do what to do and accomplish whatever you're hoping to accomplish. That takes time, it takes effort, and it takes encouragement. And that's, as far as intangibles go, definitely where Apex shines.